Welcome to Madrid. Alan Storm here reporting from Madrid on the eve of the World Cup in Madrid. We're going to be watching a winning round competition, which is the UAX University Alfonso X of Madrid class, €95,000 on offer. 10 will qualify to a jump off unless there's more than 10 clears in the first round. So at this 7th edition of the Madrid Horse Week, a very popular venue, full house on the first night, and now this is the second night. At this stage 23 horses have gone. It's a very testing course by Javier Trenor, and we'll talk through there. So we're starting on the lunging Oxer, a related distance for 6 strides to number 2, another vertical on 3, then down to a related distance Oxer to a double 5A 5B, vertical to an Oxer, turning around to a vertical with a 5 stride related to number 7, a wide Oxer there, and an option of 4 or 5 down to a vertical over Pulverman. The next line, a 4 strided turn jumping into the crowds there, and coming down to the triple combination, Oxer vertical, and then finishing on number 13, 6 strides to an Oxer. And there's another clear with for Emmanuel Guadiano and Chalou, the very spectacular son of Chaco Blue, jumping a clear round. Yesterday already in the money, and now again back in the money. The most extraordinary way of using both front and back end. So I said at this stage, this is our 4th clear round. We have one horse on 1 time fault, and the other clears are Christian Alman, Dominic Hendricks, and Eduardo Aznar riding Seringat. Next in the ring is Steve Gerda. Steve Gerda riding here tonight Ulysse de Forêt. The other horse that Steve has here, and which he more than likely will use tomorrow for the World Cup, is Bianca. Ulysse de Forêt, who yesterday was 7th. At the moment, and for the 11th month in a row, Steve is number 1 in the world, which is why he has the white armband around his arm, the FEI ranking. Very closely followed by Martin Fuchs, and there's very much of a competition on there for Martin trying to take over this leading rider's position. Ulysse de Forêt, who was 2nd at this very show in the World Cup with Steve. Just as you joining this competition, we have 2 horses that are making this look easy. But after 23, we only had 3 clear rounds, so there's nothing easy about this track. But there's another clear, so Steve also joining up for sure and assured of a place in the jump off. A very strong field here in Madrid, despite all the shows going on. Prague last week for the global super finals, and then next week is Geneva for the master or the top 10. So a very busy schedule, and it's great to see how some of the riders are able to place their horses and be present at all those big venues and having fresh horses every time. So next in the ring is for America, Paris Sellen. Paris is riding the Swedish bred Cassandra. horse that had a year off in 2018. Had a very, very good season 2017. She won 1 meter 60 class at the London Global Tour in 2017. GCT. Horse jumping extremely well, very well yesterday as well. Coming in on clear, and Paris joining up the rest of the lineup. A very strong lineup. Full house. It's been a full house yesterday. Extremely enthusiastic public. This World Cup qualifiers here, both in dressage and in show jumping. And earlier on, we saw Dorothy Schneider from Germany winning the World Cup League here in dressage. Delighted Paris with a great performance there. Next in the ring we have for the Netherlands Michael van der Vleuten, and Michael is riding the 10-year-old Edinburgh. Edinburgh, who's by Vleut, who was previously ridden by his father Eric, standing in France. Michael, who again is one of the riders that's has a great depth in his string, and is able to switch horses to be able to be present at all the major shows around the world. Michael, who's part of the Madrid in Motion team, and which finished third in the Super League. The back goal down on the white Oxer. This again would be a typical track for Javier Trenor. He's always asking for horses to be very, very balanced and careful. Is important with his tracks always. Javier Trenor, he's got a lot of experience under Santiago Varela. Santiago Varela is the course builder that will be building in Tokyo next year, and has had a big influence on the way that Javier Trenor builds. Rarely overstretches the horse in terms of scope, but horses need to be careful to cope with his tracks. Next in the ring is for Belgium, and this is Céline Schoonbrood de Azevedo, and she's riding the 12-year-old Acapulco. First fence down, which is Céline, who's will be riding Chapeta in the World Cup tomorrow. Chapeta, which normally on paper should be very suited by this type of track. In Madrid, it's not a big arena. It is bigger than Las Vegas, where the final of the World Cup series will be, but would not be of the same size of an arena like Lyon, for example. coming in on 16 faults. So we'll be busy thinking about tomorrow's challenge with Chipeta. Next in the ring is crowd favorite, Spanish Sergio Álvarez Moya. Sergio, who's successfully climbing back up the rankings there at high speed, having been off, having retired his main horse Carlos, sold some of his other upcoming young stars, but now has at least two tremendous young horses, including this Cardenta, who's by Cardento out of a Concord mare. And a mare that normally, except for maybe being young, should be suited by this. Very, very careful. A lot of talent. A mare that is only just starting to jump at this level. We're still jumping at 1.40 m level in the spring when Sergio took her over from stable jockey coming in on a clear, and to the delight of the crowd. This will definitely assure us of an exciting jump off. Sergio rarely goes in the ring without trying to win. This mare has been very competitive over the last 3 or 4 weeks with Sergio. 3 or 4 last shows that he competed her at. So there's another clear. So the 4 faulters, which were hopeful to get into the jump off, those hopes are starting to go down a little bit with 4 clears coming there very fast, one after each other. Next in the ring is Marcus Enning. Marcus riding the 11-year-old a la carte. This one out of a Lux mare. A la carte won the 6 bars, jumping 1.95 m, the only one to clear that height. Marcus, who will be riding Preta 2 tomorrow, and his Aachen Grand Prix winner Preta 2 in the World Cup. Falls. Quite a disappointing round there for Marcus, but as mentioned, with Preta 2 in the World Cup tomorrow, he's plenty to be looking forward to. So coming in with 8 falls. So still clear at this stage is Sergio, Moya, Paris Sellen, Steve Gerda, Emmanuel Guadiano, Eduardo Aznar, Dominic Hendricks, Christian Alman, and Luciana Denise with one time fall, still likely to make the winning round final. Next in the ring for Ireland is Bertram Allen. He's riding the 11-year-old GK Jasper. Won a World Cup in Toronto, Canada, a little earlier in the year. Also won a class in Doha this year and a good class in Basel. This horse previously held himself back a little bit with the Oxer and had the back pole down. The horse previously also ridden by the late Jack Dodd with great success. Going to the last on 8. So just 6 to go, and at the moment the time fault is still getting you into the winning round. In the winning round competition, all horses that do qualify, the top 10 that do qualify, all start on an equal score. If they had a fence down or a time fault, they do start on a 0 sheet, which adds a good bit of interest to the jump off. The Madrid show here is in the IFEMA, which is an exposition center very close to the airport. Next in the ring is for France, Simon de Lestre, and he's riding Copilote Bati Z. Won 150 in Verona not so long ago, and he was also a horse that Simon had with him during the Global Tour Super Finals in Prague last week, doing the other classes, the other 5-star show classes, and finished second in one of the classes. Time is 63 seconds. Just over the time, finishing on a one-time fault. The finish line is quite a distance away, and if you would have kept riding a little bit to the finish, but doesn't seem to be too upset about it, and seems to be confident that it's going to be good enough to get him into the jump off, which at the moment it does. So next in the ring for Belgium, it's Niels Bruinseels, and he rides Illusionata Vantmulenhof. Belgian brand, 11-year-old mare by Lord Zed, out of a Carthago mare. Previously written by Joe Clee and William Whitaker. Probably one of the best bred mares on the circuit, being a sister to Emerald, Harris Mulder's Emerald, both out of the same dam. Just coming in on a clear to the combination. And first bar down. Fast line, but unfortunately one fence down, likely to keep her out of the jump off at this stage. Still have 5 to go, amongst which is Martin Fuchs and Mark Hooner, which are strong candidates to have a clear round, which would, if they both have a clear round, then it would mean that only clears, we would have 10 clears at that stage, and only clears will go. So next, first, before we get to Martin Fuchs, is Laura Roquette, and she's riding Sandy Puigrog. It's a Spanish bred horse by Diamant de Similly, 12-year-old. Laura, which is a familiar face around the Spanish international shows. Very competitive. It is a big horse to jump on in a smallish indoor. Laura, who's based high up in the Pyrenees above Barcelona. You can see the mare gets a little bit hot and bothered and difficult to keep the lines, and then tends to get a little careless. So Laura decided to call it a day, probably considering starting in the World Cup tomorrow, and hopefully the mare will be slightly more settled tomorrow, and the track will suit her better as well. So now, next in the ring is for Switzerland, Martin Fuchs, and Martin Fuchs is riding Tam Tam du Vallon. Tam Tam du Vallon, successfully ridden before by Ivan Serrano, who rode the horse in Rotterdam at the European Championships, and where Martin bought the horse after European, and the horse has been very quick, very successful for Martin. Tam Tam du Vallon is a French bred horse out of a Quidam de Revel mare.
It's for him. He won't eat slow.
Martin has a number of horses with which he can jump at the highest level. Beside Clooney, he's Chica, he's the sinner. And this horse, all of which are well able to win a class 150, 155. So coming in on a clear round. Also clear is Martin. So at this stage, if there is no other clear, it would mean that two horses get in on one time fall. So we've 8 clears and 2 with one time fall, being Chaco Blue the second and Copilot, the horse of Simone de Lestre. Next in the ring for Turkey is Cheston La Pomme. Cheston La Pomme for Turkey, written by Omer Karevli. Cheston, who's just a 9-year-old, was very impressive in Trio, the World Equestrian Games, when he was just an 8-year-old. By Chippendale out of a Contendro mare. Again, caught out from on the Oxer, back bar of the Oxer. Coming in, as we're taking full time for, so total of 13 there for Omer and Cheston. Now, second last to go is for Austria. Vancouver Dreams, written by Max Kühner. Max Kühner, just probably who also has Chardonnay here, and will most probably, more than likely, use Chardonnay in the World Cup tomorrow. So now here he's with Vancouver Dream, which is a 9-year-old out of a Staccato mare. Recently, this combination had a great show in Stuttgart, being in the money every single day. And the back bar of the Oxer. 4 faults. Four faults with just 1 left to go. So right now, with 1 left to go, we've got the 8 clears and 2 horses on 1 time fault. So here we have a young Irish rider that has made a recent and very successful move to the Ludger Beerbaum powerful stable, and in this class he's riding Kiwi. He also has Chacon 2, which will be his mount tomorrow for the World Cup. So Owen McMahon, previously based in the Henley stable in Germany, and has now joined the very powerful Ludger Beerbaum stable. He's riding here my Kiwi. My Kiwi is just a 9-year-old horse. Coming in there on 4 faults, so not qualified for the winning round. So getting ready for the 10-horse jump off. And the jump off is over a shortened course. And again, very much of a course that's typical for in the way that Javier does build. Always ask for difficult turns where one has to make a decision, try to get very tight, and then usually with 1 or 2 galloping lines where one has to trust the horse to keep his balance. First in the ring is Lucia Denis, which we didn't see, but who just had the 1 time fault. And she's going here with the beautiful Chaco Blue II. It's a Lewitz stud bred horse, stud owned by Chocomel, as his Chaco Blue, the sire, was. This horse was previously ridden by Cruxo from Hungary, successfully so, including Trion, when then he changed stable for the Brazilian team. Started first with Amaral, and now shortly ridden by Luciana Denise, who again has a strong string and has been incredibly successful over the last months. Still clear. And now a big gallop down to the last, and clear in 41.10. So naturally not the fastest horse. I would say the time, I would guess that the time is going to improve a lot, but they have to leave them up all the same. So Luciana there coming in with a very popular clear 41.10 seconds. Next in the ring is the other horse on one time fall. It's Simone Lestre, and he's riding Copilote. It's faster there. So we'll take an intermediate time. And his time jumping this vertical is 22. First has it down. And another one. 2 down. And coming in at 41.21, so not actually beating the time of Lucia Denise and 2 down. So Luciana's still in the lead at this early stage, and we're now coming to the horses that jump clear in the first round. And the first one for this UX Grand Prix, 95,000 euros on offer here. So an important class to any standard. And first of the clears to come out is Tam Tam du Vallon. Tam Tam, written by Martin Fuchs. This should give us a good indication of what the time will be, even though Martin doesn't know this horse for a long time. Martin is extremely competitive, and this horse has already won the Grand Prix, so well within the ability. Martin, who was said, is also trying to creep up that few points, get a few extra points to try and come into the FEI ranking leader position. Short there. Has that down as well, was in 20, so he's up on the clock, but unfortunately had it down. Coming in there. 38.63, so it's 2.5 seconds faster than Luciana Denise, and I would guess that time would be better. Will be bettered. Was defending himself a little bit in the turns, and lost a little bit of time there. So Martin Fuchs there with a fast 4, and at the moment in front of Simon de Lestre, who's on 8. Next is for Belgium, Dominique Hendricks, and Dominique is riding Vintage de la Roque. Vintage de la Roque, which is a Canaan out of a Galoubet A mare. Bred and basically written as well by Michel Ecart. This horse does win a lot of classes. Won a class in Knokke, won a class in the Brussels Masters. Dominique Hendricks, hugely competitive. course, totally lost his flag steer on takeoff. Slowing down a little bit, just trying just to keep it at 4. So coming in at 4 in 39.78, which puts him behind Martin Fuchs, which is on 38.63. So at this early stage, Luciana is still in the lead with what looks like a beatable time of 41.10 with all the fences on. Next in the ring is Spain's leading rider, also a member of that Madrid in Motion team who finished 3rd in Prague last week. Seringat was previously written by, amongst others, Father Gullickson and Cian O'Connor, of course with huge ability, can sometimes be a little difficult to steer. Was 8th in the Grand Prix in Basel this year and 3rd in Paris, and was twice 6th in some of the 160 classes in Aachen during the summer. So of course with huge ability. And always tries. Fortunately, one down, atypical enough, the way he had it down. Edu, who's not using Rockefeller at this show, giving him bit of a break, having worked hard all season. He's coming in a fast time of 39.72, but with the 4 faults. So we're just behind Martin Fuchs. So at the moment it's Luciana Diniz, Martin Fuchs and Eduardo Aznar, which are in the top 3 placings. Still plenty of strong competition coming down. There's 95,000 in total, 31,350 to the winner. So next in the ring is somebody that definitely will pull all the stops. It's Emmanuel Godiano, and Emmanuel is riding Chalou. Chalou, which is yet another Lewitz bred horse by Check and Blue. He's in tremendous form, has been well placed in Lyon, Verona. Last 4 stars, been every time in top money. Do anything bar hit a pole. Delights the public with his extravagant technique in front. So coming in on a very fast time there, and jumping the last clear, going at feet actually, and 0 and 37.93. Delight of the packed house here in the Ephemera in Madrid. So what looks a difficult time to beat is Chalou. And again, this most extraordinary way of jumping and throwing his front legs in front of him. quite spectacular. Now here's a big challenge, although this horse, Solid Gold, just an 8-year-old, but despite being just 8-year-old, has been extremely successful. He's world champion 7-year-old last year, 2 ex-world champion 7-year-old at this show. Coriano, that Dominic Hendricks will jump tomorrow in the World Cup, is also an ex-7-year-old world champion, and this one here was world champion last year in Lanaken. Alman totally suited to the tracks of Javier Trenor because his horses are so rideable. All this twisting and turning and galloping flat out doesn't seem to affect him. So he's coming in, he's up on the time and coming down to the last fence and clear, and he's coming in on 37.86, which was into the lead. Bringing now Emel Guadiano into second place, and Luciana Denise is still hanging in there with her conservative clear round with Chaco Blue the second. Tremendous round, beautiful horse. Solid Gold was which was written before by Mike van Olst. Just an 8-year-old, quite an incredible performance for an 8-year-old to be able to jump at that level in those circumstances. Small ring, turn and twist, and tremendous performance. So next in the ring now is for America is Paris Sellen, and she's riding Cassandra. Jumped a exceptionally good first round with Paris now. Keen to try and beat her boyfriend. It won't happen, Martin Fuchs. Just on 4 falls. Cassandra trying her utmost, but unfortunately 4 falls, but coming in with a 4 falls in 40.54. Still, great performance for Paris. Just a couple left to go. Christian Alman in the lead with time that looks actually unbeatable of 37.86. But here to have a go is Steve Gerda riding Ulysse de Forêt. Yesterday Steve already in the money with Ulysse de Forêt. Next week will be very prominent in Genève. There's the top 10. And where Steve excelled himself last year. So going Again, a horse that should be suited, but is very, very rideable and fast. A little bit wider on this vertical, just went slightly wider to assure to keep them up. Yeah. And down to the last and 38.35, which Steve will be a little disappointed with. It leaves him behind Emmanuel Bogliano and Christian Alman, so lying in third place right now. Third place is still worth 14,250 euros, but Steve for sure had hoped to be a little bit higher than that. So now for Spain is Sergio Moya. Sergio is riding the very promising and very well bred Cardenta. Cardenta is very much the new star for one of the two new stars for Sergio, his other one being Jetron, which he'll be jumping tomorrow in the World Cup, and with whom he did such a fantastic job to win the Challenge Cup in Barcelona for Spain in the early autumn. So now Cardenta. Extremely careful. Good smooth turn there, lost very little time, and assured it. And looks like he's up, and yes, and he has a stride there. Continues, yes, 36.89, and into the lead and a winner. Ecstatic public there for Sergio, and a win that has a lot of importance for Sergio. Sergio, who has had some of his top horses retired, he sold some others. He had an injury himself, but he's back, and he's well back now. And tremendous to see him back in the leading spot here in front of his home crowd. Wonderful mare, extremely careful. So this was the UX Grand Prix. So first is Sergio Álvarez Moya, second Christian Alman with a young solid gold. So first and second horse, both young horses. Guadiano with Chalou, Steve Gerda, Ulysse de Forêt, Luciana Denise with Chaco Blue, Martin Fuchs, Tam Tam du Vallon, Edouard Alvarez with Seringat, Dominique Hendricks, Vintage de la Roque, Paris Cellen with Cassandra. So from here in the IFEMA, just outside Madrid, which is going to be the venue for the Cup 25 from Monday onwards, and there's in front of a full house, an adoring public, is the hero of the night, Sergio Moya with the fantastic Gardenta. Danielle Entrecanales presenting Guadiano with the second, and there's Steve Gerda getting the third prize. And there's the winner, Sergio Álvarez Moya. And from me, Alan Storm, from Madrid, see you soon. Next appointment will be La Coruña in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.